This is week 2 of Microsoft Word. So last week we typed the basic words that your teacher gave you to type, and today we're going to be formatting those. If I sound less than excited, this is because this is the third time I'm recording this, and my screen capture program is just not working right. So it's annoying. Bad EasyVid. Bad EasyVid. Anyway, so I'm going to try this again. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up Microsoft Word. So it's either going to be at the bottom of your screen, the W, or you can type in WORD and select Word 2016 to open up. Okay, so your document should be over here in the recent file. If it's not here, then we'll just have to go and look for it, but that's where it should be. So I'm going to open up this document. So this formatted document with a picture is what we want our paper to finally look like, but I'm going to be showing you how to get there. So I'm going to delete my picture for now, and I'm going to erase all of my formatting. Okay, so here's my basic paper that I typed. So you're going to highlight. First thing we're going to do is we're going to format the title and the byline, and to do that we need to highlight them. So you have to start at the beginning and click and hold down the mouse button and then drag over it so that it's highlighting everything you want to highlight. Okay, you can do that from the end. You can do that from the beginning. You cannot do that from the middle. So don't go like this and try to go back up. It's not going to work. So you click and drag to highlight it. Now this little box pops up. You can use that little box, or you can use the controls that are up here. So right now everything is Calibri 11. Calibri 11 is very small and very boring. So we're going to bump this up to something like 22 or 24 or maybe 18. Okay, I'm just going to do 24. And then you can change the Calibri to something more exciting. You can be very exciting for the title because it's not very many words that you're forcing your reader to read. So you can do something really fancy like Harlow. I can do something really fancy like, I don't know, Hochenschweller, however you say that. Or, you could do something that's all capitals like that if you wanted to. But you can get really exciting here. So this is where you get to be creative and get to do what you want. Ooh, I think I'll do snap. Actually, it doesn't really fit with this story. This is kind of a serious, kind of a sad story. So I think I'll stick with something a little bit more mellow for this. Magneto? Okay. Maybe not. I think I'll just stick with that. Okay, so here's my font. So I've changed the size of my font. I've changed the font style. Okay, and now I'm going to change the color. Right here, this A with the red. Okay, I don't want it to make my letters red. Red is a little bit too stark. Okay, it makes your eyes kind of hurt when you have to look at red too much. So anyway, so I think I'll choose this light blue here. Now I want my lettering to be centered also. So because this is the title, I want it to be centered. So I'm going to go ahead and go up here to where this little button is. Looks like all the lines are centered. If you hover over it, it says center. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and it's going to automatically put all of my letters in the center. Okay, no space, 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 space to get to what you think looks like the middle, because it's not the middle. Anyway, so I'm going to click off of these now, and I'm going to format my paragraph now. So again, we don't want it to be 11. 11 is a little bit too tiny. 14 is probably a good size. Anything bigger than 14 is going to start looking silly. So I think I'll just do 14. Now you don't want the font of your body to be very too crazy. So you don't want to do all capitals. That's really hard to read. You don't want to do anything that's too bold and skinny. That's going to be too hard to read. Okay, not too crazy. Okay, so we want to do something a little bit more tame, a little bit more calm. This one, California, this is nice. Most of these fonts would work. Okay, most of them are not too far out there. Centaur, that would be a nice one too. Okay, now this is the time when if you put in enter, when you were supposed to just type all the way to the end of the line and let it go to the next line all by itself. If you push enter, it really messes up the formatting. It's bad news. Okay, so hopefully you did the right thing last week. We don't really, I can change the color. I think I'll change it to the same color. This right here is the highlight. I don't really want to highlight stuff. No, don't highlight stuff. Okay, we don't really want to highlight stuff because it makes it harder to read. Okay. Oh, I stopped. I gotta select it again. There we go. Okay. So far I have my font. I've got this. I think I'm going to add an extra little line there. I think it'll look better. Okay, so this paragraph looks kind of short. Oh, maybe your teacher told you to write a little bit more and you want to stretch it out a bit, make it look a little bit longer. If you highlight the body and then go right up here to where it has paragraph, you can click on this little square. Then right here where it says line spacing, if you turn it to 1.5, it's not really obvious, but it does make it look like your paper is a little bit longer. And so you might want to do that. Alternatively, if you've written a little bit too much, but you want it to fit on one page, because maybe you have this orphan line all by itself on the second page, well then maybe you want to change this to be single. And maybe instead of having a space after each paragraph, you don't want to have a space. Okay, that will make it shrink a little bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go undo because I think I like the 1.5 spaces. Okay, so here's my paragraph. Now I want to add a picture. Now what you should not do is this. You should not go straight from having all of your words highlighted and then go and insert a picture, because look what happens. So if I go insert a picture, okay, an online picture, and I type in what I want, grandma hug, because this is all about the love of a grandma for her grandson, and I click on this and I go insert. Where did all my words go? Well, this is what happened. The computer saw I was highlighting that and thought that I wanted to replace all those words with a picture. That's not what I wanted. Stinking computer. Let's go undo. Okay, if something bad happens, go undo. There we go. So instead, I'm going to click off of the words, I'm going to go under the words, and now I'm going to insert the picture again. I go right here, I go insert, online pictures. It's thinking, okay, grandma hug. And by the way, when you're inserting a picture, it's going to automatically go to Creative Commons. That means that these are pictures that don't belong to anybody, and so they're free for you to use. But really, you're a student. You're not selling this paper. And so you're not publishing it, in a newspaper or something. And so it's okay for you to use all pictures, okay? So I'm going to choose this one again because I kind of like it. Okay. Now, the first thing when you insert a picture, the first thing you need to do is you need to change the formatting of this picture. Okay, right now, the layout is in line with text. So if I try to move this up, it's going to make a line all for itself. It's going to do that. We don't want to do that, okay? We don't want to do that. We want to go up here, okay, or right click, either way, and we want to choose tight, okay? Tight. We want it to be tight so that when I move it, it doesn't, all the words move out of the way. It doesn't make funny weird stuff go on. Anyway, okay, so there is my paragraph. So I think that looks very nice. So now I'm ready to print. I would go File, I would go Print, and I would choose the one that says Tuolumne Room 24. Okay, and this shows you a preview. So if you see that there's going to be more than one page, maybe maybe you can trim it down a little bit. But for now, that's how you would print, and you would push the print button. Okay, one last thing in the Home tab. In the Home tab, you have some options here. You can do bullets. So for example, these are all the reasons soda is bad for you. And then you make a list. It rots your teeth. It has too many calories, or whatever. Okay, this is something that 6th graders are doing. And so I want to make a bulleted list of this. If I highlight them and then I go up here to where it has the bullets, I can click, oh, there you go. Okay, I can also click this little tiny arrow and I can choose different bullets. Maybe I want those bullets or those or those. Okay, maybe I want to make a numbered list. So maybe I want to do a 1, 2, 3. Or maybe I want to do a Roman numeral 1, 2, 3 or something like that, or an ABC. Okay, it's your choice. Okay, if you have a list like that. I don't have a list like that, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. But that's where the bullets are if you want to use them. Okay, so I think that pretty much wraps it up. After you get done with your document, print it. You'll go X, you'll say save, and then you can go to Typing Agent and do the next lesson for you. All right, thank you very much.